Hello folks, Typhoon Carter here, and I bring to you a Smogon Premier League 17 matchup. This is a Week 5 showdown between Pideous of the Circus Maximus Tigers and Skyrio of Team Raiders. Pideous going into this contest, she is 3-1 on the season, whereas for Skyrio, undefeated at 4-0, so Pideous looking to maybe put an end to Skyrio's undefeated campaign. And we're due for a huge collision course here, so interesting matchup here. Skyrio, he's just been farming people with just defensively sound teams and like French style offenses. Nothing too surprising from a French player. Pideous just been kind of just bringing some very defensively sound teams, and she's been having a pretty good campaign herself. Big fan of her teams. I kind of like what Skyrio or whoever's building for Skyrio has been shown. From that being said, though, let's jump right into this. Zapdos lead, meta lead. Okay, so turn 1 here, Zapdos probably a defensive Zapdos, could be sub Zap. This Metagross could just get could just be Rocks meta, could be a Resist Berry. Maybe even like a Trick Scarf lead, for example, which would be pretty cool and would be a good way to catch Zapdos off guard turn 1. So we'll see how this plays out. Just got T-Wave here. Nothing showed. T-Bolt here, probably gonna try to force a boom at some point. Oh, gets a huge bash raise though, and no, it is lefty's meta. And Tyranitar's gonna come into the game here. Going to eat this T-Bolt. Oh, that is a very defensive T-Tar. Probably Spadef Turret. Oh, huge pursuit there, getting 30% on that defensive Zapdos. And Jirachi's gonna come in into a Donphan. Straight into a Fire Punch, that's gonna do nothing. That's probably a max HP Jirachi with like 308 speed or something. Somebody's gonna get knocked. Oh, so this might be a Paraspam from Pideous, like, Star Zap, Celebi, T-Tar, and Infernape's gonna come in. This Infernape looking to be a huge threat right now. Generally a huge problem for these Star Zap, Celebi teams. The other pieces I would expect on Pideous' side is probably like a T-Tar, which is usually a staple on these, and then the last can be something like a Rhyperior, could be, maybe even like a Zap or like another Paraspam abuser, for example. So that's just something to keep in mind. Gonna be forced to swap into T-Tar, and just go eat the Fire Blast. U-Tar was actually very free there, so if Skyrio was Fire Blasting there, this tells me a few things. One, this tells me that the Infernape is probably Fire Blast, Grass Dot, and then Close Combat, and then maybe even something a little bit more hip, like a Hidden Power Electric, maybe even Hidden Power Ice, for example. Like if it's G-Dot plus HP Electric, that would be a very scary stall breaking combo. So U-Tar might have been dropped there. And T-Tar's gonna come in. Oh, pursuits there, extremely aggressive into a Donphan. So that was a very good prediction from Pideous, and that play actually, because for Skyrio, there's actually a couple reasons why he might have not just CC'd there outright. For one, maybe Skyrio does not want to lose momentum again. If you CC straight into Starmie, then all of a sudden, oh shoot. 2, a Latias, for example, in the back could be something that like really stops Skyrio in his tracks. So maybe that's why he hard swapped out, either that or he must have thought that, oh hey, maybe this Tyranitar is something else. That pursuit doing 53%, that might be a CB Tar. But Donphan's gonna come in, it's gonna be able to get the spit off. We're gonna see what's up here as Celebi's gonna come in. Probably gonna get rocks up again, and the Infernape taking significant damage was huge. Oh, fantastic T-Wave there. That play very, very good for a couple reasons. One, like the Infernape was such a huge threat. Now Pideous did the hard part of actually neutralizing what is normally Star Zap Celebi's worst matchup, which is Infernape. So she has done a fantastic job navigating this threat. The other thing is, like, I think Skyrio tried to come in on an anticipated rocks attempt, so very, very good play there by Pideous. The other option that I think Skyrio could have done here was maybe go into Metagross, try to threaten a Meteor Mash. for example, because like, you know, something like Zapdos comes in, and then, but the other thing he could do is like go meta and then try to force bait out the Starmie if Pideous has that, and then go to T-Tar and just win that trade, for example. So there's quite a few different routes that Skyrio could have taken. And Tyranitar's gonna come in on the Celebi, and Celebi will probably just T-Wave here. Oh no, just hard switches, and yep, it is Rhyperior, so Pideous bring a very classic build. And the last is most certainly a Starmie. And Sword Stance is shown here. Question is this Ice Punch? Yes, it is. Going to do significant damage here, and on the spin, so Skyrio losing a lot of momentum right now and very behind. Just off of Pideous playing extremely aggressive. Like Pideous, you cannot see this, but Pideous using a lot of her timer. Like I think on that turn she's like down to 20 seconds already. So you know, I think that's something that really separates the greats. Is like, you know, like the great players in this tier, they are the people who can really manage their timer, really think things through, kind of know what they want to go for, and recognize what their best odds are. And going to Gyarados here, and Gira is probably this is a DD Gira or likely, and Starmie's gonna come in. Yep, no surprises here. Gonna get Waterfall, probably just gonna go for a spin here. And if Skyrio has a ghost, you better show it. Nope, instead gets the T-Wave out T-Tar. That's actually huge, but T-Tar can just click Pursuit for free, because you cannot get full parried if it switches out. Yep, Starmie goes down. I think Pideous was okay with that, because as long as you keep the pressure up, you should be able to... Oh, okay, Toxic. So as I was saying, that trade, like letting the Starmie go to get rocks off, I think is very worth it, because when you look at Skyrio's the meta's para, Rhyperior is such a huge threat to Skyrio's team. The other thing, Toxic T-Tar Crunch Suit Toxic, and then the last might be like, you know, Superpower or EQ, both are plausible. Just gotta get Grass Knot there, huge crit. Just gotta get Pursued, so Skyrio technically has the numbers advantage right now, but not for long. And got Iron Head here. I probably would have just gone into Rhyperior if I were Pideous, I'm not gonna lie. So I guess that was a play that, you know, maybe Pideous could have gotten more mileage, but that's alright, because Pideous is technically Pideous is behind, but not really. Fire Punch is here. Tyranitar's gonna go down at any rate. Iron Head's here. The Infernape is crippled. Donphan is extremely low on health. It's going to protect here. And Pideous now probably just going to go for those Iron Head flinches, and does not get that. Going to keep rocks are gonna stay off, so the Gyarados is gonna be even healthier. But Pideous has the necessary tools to still win this game. And Iron Heads again, and yep, that max HP coming in quite handy. And Pideous has ironically been getting a little unlucky with the Iron Head flinches, so gonna have to go back to Zapdos, cut her losses, straight into an EQ. Ice Shard will not kill from this range. So Zapdos actually looks like a monster right now, and Latias is gonna come in. So turn 34, Latias showed no lefties. Couple options here. Pideous could go T-Tar and call it the trick. Jirachi can also come in. The big problem though is that Latias can actually just fire off some Dracos and do significant damage here. But if the Zapdos wants to really make sure this Latias is out of commission. Because if Skyrio surfs here, Zap will live that, and then T-Wave, and then now Skyrio's lost the game. The other option, and then Healing Wish would be extremely ill-advised for Skyrio, because there is no reason for Zapdos not to try and click T-Wave. If you Draco here, there's no telling if... I think it's like a roll to kill, I don't remember for sure. Gotta heal up the Infernape, and Wow, Pideous gets that turn right again, and the Infernape is out of commission. Okay, so was that a throw from Skyrio? No, not immediately. It wasn't necessarily the wrong play for a couple reasons, even though the result says that it is. For one, if Latias Draco's here, say you like take out the Jirachi after a Draco, or say you take out the Zapdos. The problem now is that Tyranitar just can click Pursuit for almost no cost. The other thing is that the Rhyperior is almost certainly faster than a Donphan. Two, the Jirachi's still hanging around at full health, and a Jirachi that is not Para means that if there's a Jirachi, there's a way. So Skyrio was in a bit of a hard place. Not the easiest decision to make in that scenario, but I think at this point, Skyrio has all but sealed, and that Fire Blast into Rhyperior will almost certainly seal Skyrio's fate. And EQ's here, and Gyarados is going to come in, and the Rhyperior's going to go down, but for Pideous, that is no big deal because the Zapdos is a huge threat. Gyura is going to need to land a... Oh, denies the roost. Yeah, he's going to need a Waterfall Flincher to actually get out of this. And Donphan... Oh, okay. So this endgame became a whole lot more interesting because Donphan, I think, Ice Shard does like 19% or something to physically defensive Zapdos. Zapdos, I think, depending on what the Donphan's investments are, means that the Donphan could actually beat the Zapdos depending on how long Taunt lasts for, because Taunt doesn't always last like a flat amount of turns. It's like anywhere from 2 to 5 turns or something like that. And oh, huge crit there. We do not know if that was Spadef, but if it was not, then that was kind of doomed. You just gotta get T-Bolt there, and then the game is pretty much over. Infernape's going to get full para just to add insult to injury. Not like Pideous needed any more help. And Pideous will win this. And Skyrio's undefeated bid comes to an end, so he will be now 4-1. Whereas for Pideous, she is now also 4-1. So she is now the second best record, tied for second best record in the pool, behind Sheik probably, assuming Sheik does not lose his game, which I will probably cover, in another video. That being said, though, this was a very tough matchup for Pideous, and I think that was a showcase on how you can minimize a bad matchup by making very aggressive plays, especially early on. And Pideous just got several major turns correct. For example, pursuing the Infernape, putting it low, forcing Skyrio to have to eventually try and Healing Wish the Infernape back to full. And then Pideous at that position around turn 34, when the Latias Healing Wish, I think for some people might have actually probably just roosted up and tried to heal up or try to shrug off the Draco Meteors because the Zapdos was so valuable. Or the other option that some other players might take is try to stuff the Trick Attempt from Latias. But Pideous, with great awareness to recognize that, hey, look, Skyrio might Healing Wish this Infernape. I have other options in case the Latias does not do that, and say just clicks the big Draco button. And also the other thing is that Skyrio likely had Scarf Latias, looking back at this. So just to keep that in mind. So if it was Scarf Lati, then Zapdos can live that comfortably. And yeah, so that's that. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.